on, guys? It's your boy John and Liquidator coming back with another video. It looked like Sophie Cunningham is putting to bed rumors that she planned on leaving Indiana. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. One of these biggest storylines that was going around in the WNBA last week was Sophie Cunningham actually leaving the Indiana Fever. Now, in her podcast, which we're going to play the clip here in a minute, she spoke about next team she go to, she want to buy a house or something. Now, many people, even myself, pretty much was thinking that she was possibly going to leave. Now, this could possibly be a play for her to get more money, but whatever the situation is, it made headlines. We all had to talk about it, and we all had to report on it. But before we get into what she just said, I want to have a flashback moment before we get into addressing everything. This is what Sophie Cunningham said last week that went viral. Let's listen.
The next team I play for, I want a bigger contract, so then I can buy a house and be homey and cozy.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That could be the Liberty. It could be New York City. It could also be.
Now, her co-host on the show looked like, wow, because he was kind of shocked that she said that. Now, many fans picked up on that as if she was going to leave, but even me, guys. But I think it's a play for her to get more money.
The links, and it could be Minneapolis. Like, you just don't know.
It could be anywhere.
The 30-day extensions for the CBAs. Any thoughts?
So I actually learned a lot because we've been having CPA calls. I know it's actually very intriguing. Like, I love the business side of things, but when you don't know, you don't know. So I thought that if we didn't have a agreement by the 31st, then it was a lockout. That's not true. So you can, if both sides are continuing to negotiate and trying to come up with something, then you're not in a lockout. But once one side kind of stops or like just meh, that's when the lockout happens. So that's news to me.
Okay. Good note. And something to learn.
Yeah. But it's been very fascinating, just like the ins and outs of the negotiation conversations, what they're doing, what they're not doing, what we're doing, what we're not doing. Like, it's been kind of cool just to like sit back and listen.
So that was Sophie Cunningham there speaking about this whole situation with her potentially leaving. Now, this is an article that came out about an hour ago detailing everything she had to say. It says Sophie Cunningham addresses future with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Goes on to say Indiana Fever teammates Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark were back together, which we seen yesterday at the Anika tournament. Now, the two WNBA stars are following season-ending injuries. Both of them had season-ending injuries. Caitlin Clark averaged 16 points per game in 13 games, while Sophie Cunningham put 8 points in 30 regular season games. Now, Caitlin Clark told Golf that she is feeling 100% better. Now, that is something that we kind of missed yesterday because I was on live for 3 hours. And, I didn't really have a chance to break down all the footage that was talked about, but Caitlin Clark did say that she's 100% healthy. She's ready to go. After her groin injury, preparing for the 2026 season, I believe Caitlin Clark been ready to go since about late August, early September. Don't take that as fact. That's just my opinion, but I truly believe that is the case. It stated it is a future that Cunningham would like to be a part of, right? Now, Sophie Cunningham said this. Sophie stated, she's a phenomenal generation player, and I think everyone sees that, Cunningham stated on Wednesday when she gave her little interview. Cunningham talking to Beth Ann. This is her X account here. Let's see if we can track it down, because this is the young lady who actually conducted that interview to speak to Sophie. Let's see if we can find a clip real quick. It was a bunch of footage coming out yesterday. Let's see if we can get back to the beginning. That's Sophie playing golf there. Here's a clip of Sophie here.
Yeah. Maybe a beer. Yes, exactly. I need to go get my. There you go.
What do you need?
Oh, my phone's over there. And lip gloss.
The essentials.
You guys want to get out here? Hit it hard. Hit it hard, straight and long. You guys look like you're literally about to do that.
Well, it's not this clip, but let's finish reading the article here, man. So this is the article here. It stated Cunningham 29 highlight Kayla Clark's ability to elevate the rest of the team, expressing her desire to run it back. So she stated, we missed her out there on the court this year, but depending on the CBAs and what's going on, hopefully we're all together again. Now, this is what Sophie Cunningham stated yesterday at the golf event. Now, Sophie Cunningham posted this on her Instagram. Let's head on over to Instagram real quick. So this is Sophie Cunningham Instagram. This is one of her latest posts. She stated this on October the 2nd, 15 new friends, a couple fines and fights, a new tooth, a new knee, and a happy heart. Year 7 is one for the books. Kayla Clark stated time to run it back. So Kayla Clark definitely want Sophie Cunningham to come back. But like I stated, it was that clip, man, that really got people kind of questioning Sophie Cunningham standing in the. I do want to have a flashback moment because I remember when Sophie Cunningham first got to Indy, it was just such a monumental thing at the time, and it's only right we go back to Sophie Cunningham first
Well, I'm
ever
stoked. I'm
interview
so
with the
excited.
Indiana Fever.
I think
Let's
it's
roll it.
refreshing. I've been in Phoenix for the past 6 years. Was drafted out there. Um, I've had a really great time. I've been very blessed with being around a lot of goats in the game and learning the game on another level. But again, like this is just a new style, and this is the style that I thrive in. When you have people who can shoot the ball, who move the ball, who are running gunners, and share the ball, like this is the type of offense that I want to be in. And so I'm just stoked. And like I said, the offense is more my style, but I'm also surrounded by a great culture and great people. And that's what I'm also very excited about to be here in Indiana.
Where were you when you found out about this, and what was kind of that general reaction to a fresh start here?
Yeah, you guys will learn that if I'm not in the gym, I'm normally by the pool. And so I was actually poolside when I found out. And, there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was like, oh, heck yeah. Like, we're about to go win a championship. Like, that's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people, it's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, seriously go win a championship.
How impactful will it be for you and your family to be back here in the Midwest? Something that Caitlin had as well, and within driving distance for everyone, right?
I love it. My roots are here in the Midwest, and just to be closer to home, my sister is married and has a kid, has another one on the way, and family is everything to me. I have a really great support system, and you better believe I've already had over 100, 200 people reach out. Hey, how do we get season tickets? I was like, I have no idea. I just got traded 2 hours ago. So I think we're going to have a pretty cool fan base up here from Missouri. But again, it's my Midwest roots. I'm excited to be around Midwesterners again. It's my type of people, and so I'm happy to be here.
I know you said earlier this month that you'd be the Sabrina Carpenter to Caitlin's Taylor Swift. Just
That was a joke, but I guess people really took that seriously.
people love it. What excites you about playing with her this year?
I mean, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing. She's still young, and I think that I've been taken under. Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her. And now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge. And when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that like just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy. I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself, and so sometimes I think that's okay to be feisty and to be yourself. But I'm excited to play in front of the fans. I think that she's drawn a lot of people, not only to Indiana but to the women's game as a whole, and so just to be a part of something great, just really happy to be here.
What was it like to watch from afar what was happening, not just here, but every city?